You start. This is your camera. You're the one who wants to do this.
Okay. Hi! We are making a video because we are planning a trip to Europe. We have mostly already planned it, and we found some good advice on YouTube, but we also found a lot of information missing, a lot of things we still don't know because we haven't gone yet. We leave in 10 days, and we wanted to make a video about our plans, our expectations, and things that we intend to get answered while we're over there because we want to help other people when they're planning. And also just, this video could be just for us if nobody watches, so.
Right.
There you go. I'm Kayla.
I'm Sarah. And this is Dobby.
That's Dobby.
Yeah, she just doesn't like to be on the floor, so
Yeah.
here she is.
All right, so let's start. Sarah, where are we going?
We're going to Europe, and specifically we are going to London, Paris, and Rome.
London, Paris, and Rome.
Yes.
We are doing 6 days in London. These are approximate because some of our days are split. So we're doing 6 days in London, 3 days at Disneyland Paris, 5 days in Paris proper, and 4 days in Rome.
Right.
Yeah.
So why did we pick those places?
Because they're they're just the cities. We haven't been over to Europe ever. We've been lots of places in the United States and
Right.
Mexico and Costa Rica. We spent 3 weeks in Costa Rica for a school thing. It was awesome. But we've never, Sarah, however, has lived in Japan before. So she's been to Tokyo Disney and stuff like that.
Right.
She was in the Marines. But I've never been over the big drink, so.
Right.
All right. How are we getting from St. Louis to London?
So from St. Louis, we are taking the Greyhound bus to Chicago.
So we're taking the Greyhound from St. Louis to Chicago.
Yes, once we get to Chicago,
We have about a 5-hour gap.
we planned a 5-hour gap because the bus is obviously not part of the flight schedule. So if the bus is late and we miss our flight, they owe us nothing. If we get there early, great. But we don't want to
take
miss
our
our
picture
flight.
with the bean.
Yeah, we're not doing that. So we'll get to the airport super early, get checked in because it is an international flight, so they do take longer to check in. Okay, so we're going from Chicago to Ireland. That we're flying Aer Lingus, which is the Irish airline, and they're going to feed us Irish food because they hate us, and we are going to suffer through it.
Corned beef and,
And
crawfish.
Yeah, we're gonna bring snacks, so we don't have to eat that garbage. And then we're gonna land in Ireland, have a short 2-hour.
Getting to London.
Right. So then we're gonna get to London on an
Right.
airplane,
Right. And on the way back, it's the same thing, but in reverse.
obviously.
Except we're flying out of Rome.
Well, this is all your fault.
Okay. Rome to Ireland. Ireland to Chicago.
Right.
Greyhound to St. Louis.
Right.
All right. We are hotels. This was one of the hardest things to book, I think.
Right, because there's just so many.
There's so many. And our expectations are low. We have camped in the past. We have also accidentally stayed at a homeless shelter. So we have pretty low expectations when it comes to accommodations. However, we didn't want to stay in a hostel. We didn't want to do Airbnb. We didn't want a shared space. So
Right.
we did go with hotels that were relatively cheap, but we also tried to get ones that were pretty well reviewed.
And mostly close to the attractions.
And yeah,
the
very
city
close.
center.
Yeah, close to city center. So in London, we're staying at the Corbigo Hotel. This one has the worst reviews of all the hotels we're staying at.
Some of the worst reviews in all of London. So
I'm pretty concerned.
they've gotten worse since we actually booked
The
it.
reviews have dropped significantly
It
since we
said
booked
somebody said it was under new management right before we booked it, so I thought it would get better, but it's actually gotten worse. Apparently it's gonna be horrible. So
So we'll see how that one is. We'll let you know. It's pretty cheap. I don't have the exact prices.
under $100 a day.
I can put that at the bottom of the screen, how much we paid per night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good idea.
Thank you. For Disneyland Paris, we splurged a little bit, and we're staying at the B&B. It's called the B&B. It's in French. I can't say it.
Hotel.
And it's not a Disneyland hotel, but it is associated.
I believe
with
it's a
Disney.
partner hotel.
It's a partner hotel. So we splurged a little bit. I think that one was a little bit over 100 a night. I'll put it down at the bottom of the screen. But
We're only staying there for 2 nights.
we're only staying there for two
Right?
nights. I
The
think
night
so.
we get there, and then the next night, and then the third day we're leaving.
I think so. It's the B&B Hotel Disneyland Paris Magny La Hongre. Anyway, the B&B.
Right.
Paris, we're staying at the Pavilion Louvre Rivoli. is my best guess here.
It really wasn't that difficult.
Well, it might be Pavillon. I don't know.
Just
and it's pretty good reviews.
we do not speak French.
No, close to the city center.
Yeah, it had really good reviews, and I believe it was less than a mile from the Louvre, which is probably why they put the word Louvre in the title. I believe it was 1 block away from something.
Yeah.
Well, we should have done our research.
We
Really close to the
do
Louvre.
know all these things. We just don't know them off the top of our heads. I'll put all of it at the bottom of the screen. Hotel Alexandra is where we're staying in Rome.
Directly across the street from the Capuchin Crypt.
Directly across the street from the Capuchin Crypt, but we'll get into our daily plans later. All right, daily plans.
Daily plans.
We have this binder that I made because I like binders.
Binderific.
Well, now the very, very first day that we get there, we're getting in at about 9 a.m. London time, but we will be fresh from about 24 hours of travel.
Yeah, but it's a 10-hour plane ride. You can sleep on the plane. It's basically like sleeping in your bed.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm just saying we're getting in at about 9 a.m. London time from lots of travel, so we planned nothing for the first day. We have nothing planned, and that also was in case we're delayed.
Right.
But we have lots of things we want to do. So things that we don't have, things that we're not going to say right now, we want to do maybe on that first day. But we made sure to leave a lot of cushion time. We really only planned 1 or 2 things per day, and really only 1 thing per day that we bought tickets for, because we didn't want to overdo it.
Right.
Let me say this too, because nobody had ever spoken about this. Booking things from America, in other countries, in euros, in their currency. Some of them just went right through, right?
Right.
And they would show up in my bank account, and it would have transferred it or converted it. It would have converted it to American dollars for us. Because when I was buying these things, it would say this many euros. I would put in my credit card information and everything, and I'd say, oh, I don't know what that's going to be. So some of them would show up right away. Some of them would be on hold for days.
That's probably just the different companies.
Yeah, and then some of them it kicked back. My Disney tickets, it wouldn't let me buy them. I had to call the credit card company.
Well, they were more expensive than anything else we were
They
trying
were,
to get.
but I had to call.
By a factor of 2.
They actually called me, and I don't answer unknown numbers, so I had to call them back. So it depends on who you're trying to buy with, and what I have. Commerce Bank. It's a Midwest thing, but it's a Midwest thing, y'all. But they worked with me. It was fine, but be aware that some things will go through fine and some things won't.
I used a Chase credit card, and I got a text asking me to confirm that I spent, $30 on some thing in Paris, France, and I just texted back the number 1 for yes.
Right. Okay, so our first full day in London, we have tickets for Thorpe Park, which is an amusement park. We are big amusement park junkies, and I think it's a great way to see kind of the country and see how they do their own tourism. Right. I don't know, it's just an excuse to go ride the Saw roller coaster. They have a Saw roller coaster. And the Nightmare Train, or whatever it's called. Thorpe Park, that's all we have planned for that whole day. But I'm sure we'll come back around 5 or something and do something else.
Again, not overdoing it. We're going to spend all this extra time going out to dinner. We're going to be, what do you mean? You don't...
I mean, we're going to go out to dinner, but we're not foodies. I wanted that to be another thing.
No. I want to try British SpaghettiOs. That's all I want.
Oh my God.
So we're going to spend this extra time basically finding things around our hotel, going to grocery stores, getting groceries for the week.
Primark.
Going to Primark. Hillary and Jillian said it was hell.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to be there.
Yeah.
I want to go to there.
We gotta
so
see it.
we gotta see it, and then even if we don't buy anything, but we'll probably buy a whole bunch of crap we don't need. But that's pretty much the goal for the whole trip. It's just crap we don't need, give it. Take more money.
Anyway, so we have lots of things planned for those in between times.
Yes.
All right. The next day we're there, which I believe is a Wednesday. We are doing Harry Potter studio tour. Oh man, we are excited. This is like the reason for the trip. We did not put it on our first day in case we were delayed 2 days.
Right.
We really wanted it to be one of the first things we did, but we didn't want to miss it
If we were delayed.
really delayed. So, Harry Potter studio tour. We have our tickets.
We do.
We have one of the first tours of the day.
I think we have the first tour of the day. Apparently, once you go in, you can't go backwards, but you can spend as much time in there, in each room as you want. So as the day
We're
goes on, it's going
never
to get more and more
leaving.
crowded. So we're going to stay until they throw us out of closing, because we're probably going to get lost in Forbidden Forest, because they just expanded it. I don't know if you've seen it, but now they have the huge Aragog puppet in there. It's pretty terrifying.
We're excited. We're gonna buy everything.
Well, we've been to Harry Potter World, the Universal Wizarding World of Harry Potter. We've been there twice, and we
Once
haven't-
with the expansion.
right, but we haven't. Oh, done it on the souvenirs. I mean,
We're not big souvenir buyers.
we're not. We're into Harry Potter, but we don't have like scarves and stuffed owls. And I do have a wand,
And
an interactive
I
wand.
have a Triwizard cup.
Yeah, but that's that's reasonable. You can drink out of that. And, like,
No, you can't. It's a toy. But I use it at school. I'm a teacher. I use it for pulling out sticks for names. The kids
Right.
love it.
Anyway, so we'll be in there as long as we want to be in there, and they'll have to sweep us out at the end of the night.
Right there.
with
It's
rats.
Thursday the 13th of July.
I don't even know the days.
All right, after Harry Potter World, we are doing Westminster Abbey.
Yeah, we're just gonna swing by and look at it. We're not actually. I mean, what was it? 17 euros or? I think it was pounds. All this British stuff, London,
Whatever it was.
I think it was all pounds, but I know it was somewhere around $20, and it's not worth it. We can look at it from the outside. We don't see the need to go into every church, basically in all of Europe.
Although this is where Wills and Kate got married.
We're gonna see where they live. We're gonna sneak into their rooms.
Okay.
We're gonna get up and close.
The 14th, Friday, the British Museum.
Right. Free, right?
I believe it's free.
Free, and so probably always packed. But according to the internet, it is a must-do, must-see.
British Museum is all we have planned.
Yeah, it's probably an all-day museum, and then after that, maybe we can find, like, if it's hot, which it won't
Piccadilly
be.
Circus.
Piccadilly Circus, find a water park or a water, if we want to go swimming.
Okay. That's the first I've heard of that. Okay.
I saw a video. It
Okay.
motivated me.
Okay. The Saturday the 15th, we have Tower of London.
Yes, the Tower of London tour. I've heard nothing but good things.
Is this the touristy one?
This is the touristy.
No, that's the London Dungeon.
Well, it's still touristy.
We're doing both this
right
day.
on the same day.
Okay, Tower of London, yeah. They do
Yes.
the tours with
The Beefeaters. Yes.
All right. And then we're also doing the London Dungeon.
Yes. The
Tourist
biggest,
trap.
probably the biggest tourist trap in London.
We're
Looks like
into
a lot of fun.
We're into tourist traps. We like them.
Super into.
We like them a lot.
Super into.
I will. All right, the 16th Sunday, our last full day in London, we have Windsor Castle, which I believe we have to travel to.
Yes, you can take a bus out there. You can take public transportation, or they have like special tour buses, which we don't want to do anything in a tour group, one of those huge tour groups, and have someone talking at us about what
Until
we're looking
Rome.
at until Rome.
Monday, this is the day where we take the channel,
The Eurostar.
the Eurostar, to Disneyland Paris. It's taking us directly to
Marneval.
yeah, we'll take a taxi or something to our hotel, but we are going to Disneyland that very day. We have 3-day tickets. 1, 2,
Yes,
3. 3-day tickets.
Park Hopper.
Park Hopper. My expectations of Disneyland Paris are that it will be like Disney World, but much worse. But Sarah's been to another Disneyland, so she might have more to say.
Right, so Disney World is, you know, the crown jewel of the Disney. So since we haven't been to Disneyland in California, I think trying to compare them one-to-one is going to be a losing deal, because yes, it's going to be worse because it's so much different and there's just less there. It's a smaller park. But Tokyo Disneyland was smaller, but still great. But Disneyland Paris is probably going to be a lot like a smaller, maybe not smaller in almost size, but a worse Tokyo Disney. It's not such cool souvenirs.
Now, that's our expectations. We could be blown away, and I hope we are.
It is the 25th anniversary.
I'm looking forward to Indiana Jones ride.
Well, yes, and I've ridden the Indiana Jones ride
Oh,
in
I forgot.
Tokyo, and it was great, and I loved it.
I'm
but
looking forward to the Haunted Mansion. It looks really cool.
Yes, it's supposed to be like much spookier, but
Okay, on that note, so we're doing Disneyland Paris that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're doing about a half-day Wednesday because after that we are going to Paris proper. Is that how you refer to it? Paris proper, which means like inner city Paris. And we're staying at the Pavillon Louvre Rivoli. And we have nothing planned for that day. So we're going to Disney and then we're going to our Paris hotel and then we have nothing planned. So maybe we'll just go walk around, go see the Eiffel Tower at night.
get
things
some
like that.
groceries.
You and these groceries. The 20th, we have the Louvre. That's all we have planned all day because we're going to be there all day.
Yeah, all day.
We already bought tickets, right?
Yes, we bought tickets.
And we're not so concerned about the Mona Lisa.
No, because it's so
Obviously,
silly.
I'm gonna peek my head in the room.
We're gonna look at it.
We're spending all day there. So that's all we have planned for that day, although it's not on our plan, but I will definitely be going to the Musée d'Orsay.
I will be sleeping in that day.
Has another beautiful collection, wonderful collection. The 21st, Friday, we have the catacombs.
Right.
That's all we have planned all that day.
Because we're gonna get trapped in them and it's gonna take us hours to find a way out.
Correct. We're pretty excited about the catacombs.
I'm probably more excited than a normal person should be.
She's been talking about them for a year. The 22nd, Saturday, we have Opera Garnier, is how I'm guessing you say that, like the shampoo, and Centre Pompidou.
Right. The Opera Garnier is just apparently it's the most opulent opera in all of Europe, and the Phantom of the Opera was based on this opera, and you can go look, and apparently it's just really fancy.
And Centre Pompidou, I have already forgotten what that is.
I have no idea.
But we're going.
I don't know if we have tickets or not.
No, we don't have tickets. All right, Sunday, we have nothing planned for Paris, so we'll have to hit up Lauderay and get our macarons.
Or we can do, what's that street? The Rue de, no, not the Rue de, the big street that everybody talks about.
We're gonna
Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées.
We're gonna have already
Trust
seen
me,
that.
Champs-Élysées.
Oh, okay. I want to go up the Arc de Triomphe because the views there are amazing.
Okay, fine. We'll go up in the Arc de Triomphe, but we're not going up in the Eiffel Tower.
No, but I do want to go up into the Arc de Triomphe. Have you seen pictures from the top of it? Because it's like all the streets radiate out from that point. It's really cool.
Okay, we'll go up in it. Get tickets.
Okay. So that's Sunday. We'll do the Arc de Triomphe.
Right.
So Monday we are flying from Paris to Rome. It was the cheapest and simplest way. We looked, believe me, we looked every single way because I didn't necessarily want to fly because then you have baggage to worry about and you have baggage allowances, but it really was just the cheapest and best way. We are flying on...
We looked at all the discount airlines and
EasyJet.
EasyJet. A lot of them have really strict luggage policies, and we're gonna have luggage, and we're going to be traveling light. Well, I am gonna be traveling light,
but within reason for a 3-week trip.
But also we're gonna be picking things up along the way.
And we actually paid extra on this flight, anticipating having luggage of a certain weight. So
up to 35 kilos, I believe we are allowed, which is pretty standard for the overseas flights.
I don't know. And Sarah was not going to check a bag for our original flight from Chicago to London, right?
Right. That's not the plan, but by then I'll probably have to check the bag.
Right. So we paid for her to have a checked bag, even though technically she doesn't have one. So if we are overweight in mine, we can just divide it.
Right.
And she's got another bag we can put it in.
Right. Because I plan on having 2 bags when I come back. A carry-on and a check bag.
Right. So we're flying to Rome. And we'll get there in good time to go see some stuff, but we don't have anything planned that day, so we'll just kind of walk around. Yeah, we have everything else planned. So the 25th, the Tuesday, we're doing the Colosseum. Sarah, tell them about the Colosseum tour we got.
All right, well, so if you want to take the Colosseum third ring and underground tour, which is where you can go down below it and then you can go up above it, and it's pretty limited on the tickets, so they release them 3 weeks before that month starts, or the 3rd Thursday of the month before the month you want to book tickets for. So if we wanted to book the tickets for July, the 3rd Thursday of June they would open up, I thought. So I tried to book the tickets on that 3rd Thursday of the month. Turned out they opened on Monday, and all of the English language tours for the third ring were sold out, and the only options I had was either a Spanish language tour or an Italian language tour. Now, I speak some Spanish, a little bit, poquito, so I booked the Spanish language one, thinking that it's better to get in for a Spanish tour than to not get in at all, because that was our option.
And we're going to see if there's any way we can sneak our way onto the English tour.
Right, because we're going to be right next to them, so maybe we hear what they say. Maybe we just...
Stay tuned for that.
Maybe we just join into their tour. What are they going to do?
All right, and then we also have the Roman Forum that day.
Right, it's a buy one, get one kind of thing with the ticket. You buy a ticket to the Colosseum, you also get into the Roman Forum. And I don't think Palatine Hill takes a ticket anyway, but we'll get in there too.
Yeah. Also, the Coliseum website is terrible. It's
Oh,
in
God,
Italian
it's the worst.
only, and
No, it's in English,
Oh.
but once you get to a certain point, it kind of skews Italian.
and it's terrible.
It's really
That
not
was the hardest.
user-friendly.
Yeah, those were the hardest tickets to book.
But apparently you used to have to actually call them.
Oh,
And
Lord.
so the website is actually a new thing.
All right, we have to hurry this up. I have to be somewhere. Wednesday, we have the Pantheon. No
Pantheon.
tickets, but we have Pantheon.
Yes.
And then Trevi Fountain.
Trevi Fountain.
Thursday, we have the Sistine Chapel and St. Peter's Basilica, so the Vatican tour. We have not booked any of this yet, have
I
we?
think that's going to be the worst part of our vacation. I've heard such terrible, terrible things.
It'd be a
just
good way
terrible
to
things.
end it.
Yeah, it'll
We'll be
make us
happy to
want
go home.
home.
So Vatican tour, but that we haven't booked that yet, and I imagine, yes, it's going to be a nightmare, so we'll deal with that. And then the next day, Friday, we fly home.
Yep.
So those are our plans
Yep.
and expectations.
Yep.
Maybe we'll make a video when we're packing, because
Kayla's going to overpack. Maybe making a video will hold her to what she said she would do.
I think it might.
Hold her accountable.
Okay. 10 days.
10 days.